Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Conscious Spirit podcast. I'm Mari-Lyn, and this is your Thursday Messages. So, you know how it works. I'm going to show you three cards, and you'll choose your card. You'll choose which one resonates with you, and then you'll receive a channeled message from Spirit, something that's going on in your life, maybe clarity of something that's already happened in your life. Maybe it's something hasn't happened yet. And when it happens, you're going to go, oh, this is familiar. That's what that messaging was about. Maybe you get your own messaging around the cards. I'll probably pull some runes too, and we'll see what Spirit has to say for you in your highest good in your life right now, or then, or future. I don't know. I'd like to invite you to please like, subscribe, share, all of that great YouTube stuff. We are just trying to grow and you know, get our message out, our message of love and humanity and spirituality and being the best version of you that you can possibly be in any given moment. And as we all know, that changes. So let's get on with this and show you your cards. Hey, group one, you have chosen the card of inner strength. Love this card. I love the picture that's on it. I love tapping into inner strength. I love it when the inner strength shows up to be tapped into. Excuse me, let's pull some runes and let's see what spirit has. Oh, I got two right away. Let's see, where do I put that? All right. Um, oh, is this the blank rune? Okay, this is the blank rune. Word, all things are possible. Um, could also be reap what you sow. And then what is this one? Oh, what is this called? Fehu, I believe is how you pronounce that. This is possessions, 3D things, money, abundance. So we've got inner strength with all things are possible and abundance. Group one, what I'm immediately pulled towards is the inner strength that it takes. Number one, when everything's going beautifully and you are filled with abundance and the possibilities of life just keep happening and you're on like cloud nine. And sometimes it takes a real inner strength to stay grounded, to stay present, to really remain in your highest vibration, because it's easy to allow all of the great stuff to really interfere with us being the best version of ourselves. And when we stop being that version, things start to kind of rot away. Things can crumble. Rot away, though, is what really, especially with that tree and the way the roots are going out, and I love that card. I just love it. Um, anyways, when things are going well, exceptionally well, to remember, tap into that inner strength. Really stay true to who you are and that groundedness and that present, really concentrating on doing the next right thing not just jumping on the wave and riding high, because we can make grave errors when we do that. Is That's the messaging that's coming. This is not my opinion. This messaging, all of the messaging that we do, it is channeled from spirit. And I do I do tend to once in a while interject my own opinion, and I try very hard to say, this is my ego or this is my opinion. But this messaging is absolutely coming from spirit, that when we just ride on high, taking everything for, that's coming, we can self-sabotage ourselves. We can really make some grave errors because we have ceased to be present. We have stopped being our most authentic self. We get caught up in all of the 3D hoopla. And when abundance comes, man, it can, as wonderful as it is, it really can take us down and we don't even realize it until, maybe it's taken us too far down. Now, there is another side of this coin. So if that didn't resonate for you, maybe this one will. In those moments, in those times in life, and maybe some of you are going through this right now, where nothing seems possible. Nothing good is coming your way. Maybe you feel stagnant, you feel stunted in your growth. You are yearning for abundance. There is that inner strength within you, waiting, just waiting for you to tap into it, to really find that connection to yourself, your higher self, however, however your spiritual connection works, whatever that looks like for you. Tap into that. It's always there. Again, to bring you grounded, present, to bring about for you a new perspective on possibility. Maybe you had an expectation about something that you wanted to happen. You had an expectation and you actually missed it as it came by you because it didn't match your expectation, but it really was or had the potential to be what you wanted, but bigger, but grander, or more fulfilling. That 3D thing that you wanted so badly didn't look just like you thought. And you're lacking because you held on to the expectation of it. And if you can tap into that inner strength, to that connection that is within to everything, and you can get grounded in truth, in reality, in what you truly desire, not what you think you want. Because sometimes what we think we want is the ego dressing it up, making it all sparkly, when in reality, it's a little bit drab. And the ego doesn't want to believe that we might be satisfied with something that's a little bit drab. So we try to dress it up. And then we have this idea that is what we need, when in reality, it really isn't. The picture, what they just brought to me, this is very interesting, is the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And I think in that um I think in that show, um is it Merry Christmas Charlie Brown? The Christmas trees are all tin and they're sparkly and they're all shiny, and Charlie Brown is searching for the true meaning of Christmas. And he ends up finding, he goes Christmas tree shopping, and all that's left is this half dead little spindly tree. And that's not he can't believe that that could be the true meaning of Christmas. And his friends put the blanket as a base and they decorate it, and they remind him the true meaning of Christmas. And it's not always shiny and sparkly and bright. Sometimes it's this half dead little Christmas tree that brings togetherness and community and connection and honesty and love. Yeah. So, group one, I got two different stories, two different messages for this very beautiful card. I hope you will share with me which way resonated with you, if either. I'd love to know if you got your own messaging around this, and what it was, if you care to share that. Thank you for letting me be a moment in your day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, group number two. You have chosen freedom. That card just puts me in free fall. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see what runes are going to go with the messaging of freedom for you today. What do we got here? We got joy. That is the joy rune. Wound joke. And let's see. Oh, I dropped it. Be right back. We have this. Okay. We have the sun, freedom, joy, the sun, goals achieved. Um, you know, the joy rune can also be too much of a good thing. That's not fitting here. No, 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 no. Freedom with joy, with the sun, with letting go. Group number two, the message I'm receiving for you is one of allowing yourself the freedom of free fall, the freedom of not holding on to anything for a moment. We all have responsibilities in life. Some people have more responsibilities than other. You know, I sometimes get overwhelmed with my responsibilities. And if I'm being honest, I really have very few responsibilities. Kind of all in perspective, right? I'm not responsible for the caring, the true caring and nurturing of another human being. I don't have children. So I don't have small children at home that rely on me for certain things in their life. I don't have animals that rely on me for certain things in life. And so my responsibilities are chosen. And yet I still can get overwhelmed by them. So for those of you who have responsibilities, yes, we all choose. We choose to be parents and caregivers and owners of animals, and our responsibilities are chosen. However, For those of you that have real life dependent responsibilities, there is there is a hmm, there is a recipe. There is a recipe for freedom within your day that is important to find. And this is true for every person. Allowing yourself a routine of freedom. Optimally, this would be an everyday occurrence, whether it's before your day really begins, in the middle of your day, maybe it's at the end of your day as you are setting yourself up for sleep. But whenever it is, you are truly being asked to allow yourself total freedom. A time where you can let go of everything. Oh man, am I showing my age? A very old commercial about Calgon bubble bath. Calgon, take me away. Finding a routine of being taken away. And I'm not talking about getting drunk. I'm not talking about getting high. I'm not talking about escapism. I am talking about sitting with you, yourself, and that higher power to where you can just sit in a higher vibration than what everyday life brings you, to feel the joy, to feel the sun radiating on your face, whether you're sitting in the sun or not. Because the power of the sun, all we have to do is bring it in to feel its rejuvenation, to feel its warmth, the shining that it brings. So finding a routine that it can allow you to feel like you are in free fall. Oh, just allowing. Maybe some days it's just a minute, maybe it's 2 minutes. Other days, maybe you can really elaborate and make it 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. It doesn't have to be an hour every day. And 2 minutes a day, if that's all you can do, maybe you can do 2 minutes multiple times a day. In this picture, where she's in free fall and she's reaching, she is reaching for connection. There is a real feeling here that she is reaching for her. She's reaching for herself, her higher self, her most authentic self, reaching for the sun, even. That is one of our runes, the sun, and joy, and just allowing. And that is the message for you. Really allowing as much as you can in any given day, that rejuvenation, to really feel the joy, feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, and let it penetrate through to your heart. All right. I feel like I've started rambling. I'm going to wrap that up. I would love to know if this resonated for you. I would love to know if you got your own messaging on this card with these runes. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Group number 3. This is a beautiful card, humility. I really love this card. Um, let's see what runes we have to go with humility before we channel the message. Oh, we have the Berkana rune. Growth. This is growth. What is this? Ooh, the birch. That is Berkana. I do believe Berkana means the birch. Birch trees grow. They're so beautiful, white and black, straight up, thin but strong. They can grow very tall. So we have growth, and we have this one. Oh, we have the dice cup. Hmm. Hmm. Hidden mysteries. Perth is what that is called. Um, intuition. Taking a chance. Um, with growth, with humility. Now, I do know from personal experience that humility and growth do go hand in hand because it can take growth to really find humility. And when you find humility, you do experience growth. So they really do go hand in hand. Sometimes one comes first and then the other, and it's not always the same. Sometimes they come together in this beautiful explosion. Oh my gosh, of hidden mysteries. Because when we are in the vibration of humility and we are experiencing growth, it's really like magic happens. There's no holds barred. Anything is possible. The vibration of true humility can only spark growth. But what is our messaging here, Spirit? I mean, I love that these all, that humility and growth do go hand in hand, but what is the message for this group? The third group. What I am getting for you, group 3, is you are being asked to step out of your ego, to step out of the dynamic of control, and to step into that place of your intuition, that spiritual place of what do you know, what do you feel to be true, and to allow yourself to be guided by that intuition, which absolutely takes humility, because we want to control. We humans think if we can control, if we hold on tight enough and we control those reins, that we are going to steer ourselves into our highest good. And what I am getting right now, that no, that is false. That is not true. Sometimes it can be true, But for you, group 3, holding on to those reins, trying to steer this scenario into your highest good, it's not going to happen. You are being asked to really trust, to let go of control, find that place of humility, that place of blind faith. You might even have to take a step, a blind step into something with the fear of falling flat on your face, but trusting with every fiber of your being that Spirit's got you. Spirit is not going to fail you. We as humans can fail ourselves through control, and by controlling, we are stunting our growth. Control can keep us stagnant. Control can keep us down. Where we can step out of our ego into true humility. And sometimes by being our most authentic self, that requires real humility and vulnerability to step out, much like this picture shows, right? That feather is just standing all on its own in the hand. And here is this human coming out of the feather to meet the bird, to meet that beautiful. I see that bird as a spiritual being. And this woman emerges up out of the feather, wanting to just step out and be the bird. She is growing into a place of humility, of non-ego, to step into her spiritual, whatever, her spiritual purpose, her spiritual moment, even. Maybe it's not even a purpose. Maybe it's a moment in time. What I'm getting in addition is that sometimes our purpose comes one moment at a time. We have to find that place of humility for a moment to momentarily fulfill our spiritual purpose. Now, that doesn't mean one and done, but it can mean that our purpose comes at different times, that it's not this thing that is sustained over a long period of time. Sometimes it is a moment and another moment and another moment. And what I'm getting is that when you have finished with this life and you go through the life review and you see these moments stacked up, that it paints a picture of how your purpose played out throughout your lifetime. That's wow. I have just chills head to toe with just the thought of possibly being to go into a life review and see moments in time that paint a picture of a purpose in my life. That feels so comforting. Wow. Okay, so You are again being asked to step out of ego, let go of control. Finding that place of humility and trust. Trust in spirit, believe in yourself, even if it's just one moment at a time, because it might not be this big, long, drawn out process. Although the one moments at a time really feel like a long, drawn out process. I feel like I might have kind of contradicted myself in there. However, moments in time versus a purpose that is drawing a very definite picture. I guess that's what spirit was bringing. If that message was confusing at all, please ask your questions because I'm happy to clarify if I can. Um, Ego versus humility, control versus trust. That's the bottom line. Thank you. I would love to know your comments. I'd love to know if you got your own messaging around this card and these runes. And I appreciate you letting me be part of your day. I'll see you next time, Group 3. Bye.